let's talk about Peter Dutton before we get Jono back up. He's now really put a stake in the ground, hasn't he, on nuclear energy as the solution for cheap, reliable power. He's going to tell us more before the budget, apparently. And I think rather cleverly, what he's done is said, OK, if you live in a coal town and you've worked in a coal-fired power station, we're going to say that's where we'll put our nuclear reactors and that'll mean jobs. That's pretty smart politics, isn't it?
I think it's also pretty courageous politics, to be honest, Steve, because, as you know, Labor's attack in previous campaigns has been, well, where are you going to put this thing? You know, whose backyard is this going to be in? And Peter Dutton's bitten the bullet right up front, and he said, well, we'll put them on, you know, retiring coal-fired power stations and I guess other brownfield sites that might be suitable. But they've already got the transmission line in, for instance. You don't have to spend, you know, 40 or 50 billion dollars on new transmission lines. It all makes sense. I think all the indications are from the polling I'm seeing that this is quite popular in these regions, but we'll wait and see because Labor will run the mother of all scare campaigns. You bet they will. And there's a lot of people largely connected with the renewable energy industry and what they call the climate tech sector that are putting tens of millions of dollars aside to campaign. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a big, big battle. But he's put a stake in the ground and he's done it because he is convinced that the country needs it.
Jonathan, we've got you there now. I mean, I think, you know, putting a small, new, clean, safe reactor in a coal town is a hell of a lot easier than sticking it on the coast somewhere next to a place that relies on tourism for its income. I mean, I reckon that's pretty smart politics.
Oh, absolutely it is, Steve. And frankly, it beggars belief that the Labor Party can't get on board and actually, you know, display some common sense and at least have the conversation about this issue. And just to the point earlier, before technology proved it wasn't my friend, the fact is Greg Combet, who can't guarantee workers in coal and gas that they'll be able to keep their jobs or at least the same pay that they have now, the Labor Party, who claimed to be the friend of the worker, Greg Combet, when he was industry minister, was responsible for a job loss in the manufacturing sector every 20 minutes. So the bloke's got form. So we can't be surprised by what we're seeing here. And this is what you get from hollow ideology rather than good policy backed in by facts and science.